Prasad, and I'm co-founder of Friends of Lakes and Federation of Bangalore Lakes, both of them. Also, an Institute for Resource Recovery and Management. And these are the few things that I do. That is mainly water-related work and solid waste management. These are the two things that I'm interested in, and these are the only two areas I do. So one of the things that as Friends of Lakes we do is to see to it that and personally because I'm the co-founder, been giving most of my time in these two areas, and as Friends of Lakes we see to it that the community takes responsibility of the lakes nearby, which is also could be the source of water or their groundwater, and to see to it that that sustainability part is understood by the community and understand that how important for them it is to take care of this water source or this water body that is there for them, which also takes care of a good amount of climate issues and other things, which bring down the temperature in that area. So this kind of a knowledge, especially when it is with the science, when it is with academia, that needs to be that need to be told to the common people. And again, this also requires that there is good amount of lobbying, liaising, and talking to the government officials or to the bureaucracy and others. So as Friends of Lakes, my work has been to see to it that these gaps which are there between the academia and the layman, between the layman and the governance, this all is patched up, and to see to it that there is somebody as a conduit who can work around. So that has been my main area of concern. So one is my commitment has been very, very simple for me, that people have to live a free life, and for me myself I wanted to live a free life, and that is how when I started doing something and found that it can happen. So all others have to be having that security that they have basic needs of life, that is water, good air and good water, and then automatically food is the other one. So if these are there, then actually people can, if they are not dependent on this one too much and it is locally available, then there is a kind of security and a freedom that they enjoy. And this is the security and freedom that we want to give. That is my commitment towards the whole thing, is to see to it that this kind of a free living that I do personally, that should be there with everybody else. And many times we get, due to the kind of PR, advertisements and other things, we get into this issue of becoming slaves of certain things. And if they can free themselves and be secure, that is when freedom happens. There is no security, there is no freedom. One of my good experiences, we started with one lake, and now we are there in more than 30 lakes in Bangalore, around Bangalore city and in many other cities. In spite of it being an informal organization or in a very informal group, no money involved. There is zero money. Nobody has, nobody will be paid or nothing is over here. Every work is voluntary in Friends of Lakes. But still, we have got thousands of people who have joined our movement and are creating different Friends of Lake groups in different countries and in different states of India. That is what is more inspiring, and we have found that if you are able to put up we have got a very small kind of a chapter that we have, you need to follow, and that has been kind of evolving itself, and a lot of people, let it be academicians, scientists and bureaucracy, or who have done their governance and other things, they also joined us because they see that because there is no money in this one, most of the time there is no misuse of their it is not a commercial interest, we don't take their knowledge and make commercial out of it. So all these things are there, and maybe that is what is encouraging people to join Friends of Lakes, and that expansion itself is something that I am seeing which happened automatically and organically without any big effort. So that is what is my very good thing that I am seeing. My main difficulty has been communication. That how we are able to communicate something to people, especially to laymen, because one thing they neither want to understand, many times they neither want to understand science, they don't want to understand engineering, or they don't want to understand even the law also. For them, what happens at a certain time is, for them that problem solving becomes, or the problem what they are facing becomes the most paramount, and it has to be solved, doesn't matter how it gets solved. So many a times to solve a problem, people take up totally unscientific and out of immediate actions, which becomes not only temporary but also hurts them in the long run. So that kind of an issue, that the kind of science that we have or the engineering that we have needs to be understood when you are trying to do problem solving. And that many a times, let it be water or let it be social sciences or others, including that one, we don't take certain other disciplines into consideration. So for us in Friends of Lakes was to bring all these disciplines together, to see to it that when they are looking at a solution, it is a well thought over solution which sees to it that let it be social sciences, let it be physical science or chemical science or biological sciences, and legal, everything else is taken care of, and then you go forward. To be precise, we formed Friends of Lakes in 1989, I would tell. I was in 5th standard at that time, 5th or 6th standard maybe, that is, I was around 10 years or 11 years old, and we friends together because parents told that the lake, somebody is encroaching on the lake and building hutments, so they told just take care of that. So we few friends got together, so you imagine we are all between the age of 10, 11, 12. So for us was to manage that nobody encroaches on the lake. So we were told we were playing around the lake, and that is when Friends of Lakes and Friends of Trees, we just formed as kids and we were running around. And one of the things that happened as we grew was, whenever we wanted to do an activity, we were never bothered about money. Like, it was always that, we would pull in that small money, somebody would do some kind, and we would just do the activity. So one of the things I see as people grow, we don't understand why they want everything to become so formal and everything has to become very, very rigid and other things. When you are a young student in the college or young student in the schools, you still manage to do big things with friends being with you and the small pulling of money, and you do a lot of activities. But at the same time, as you grow older, somehow you lose out on all those kind of things. So one of the things that Friends of Lakes that we plan to do is to always keep it young, so that that when you are young, you don't fear anything. When you are young, you just do the activity because you just want to do the activity, and you don't think that whether this is surmountable or not surmountable. So for us, past, especially if you think that how you were solving your problems, what were you doing, how were you bringing solutions when you were in a team or when you were in the college or when you were just school kids, you just wanted to go for a picnic or you just wanted to go to a movie, how we would all get together and just bring in that small money somehow or the other, and all do something, or a big activity of tree plantation also, it would become fun to do. So one of the theories or the ways that we follow in Friends of Lakes is to be young, always in heart, and to see to it that if I am doing a problem solving. So same thing, I would again tell that when you were very young, how would you be with your friends, and in spite of all the kind of misunderstandings or all the kind of fights that you would have among friends, but still we are friends and we would always get together to do a particular activity. If that is the same mentality we carry forward even in a community, that as a community you need to live together, you are interdependent. So that is one of the things that we see in urban, that interdependency is totally lost. So one thing is, my message would be that climate change is here. So we cannot escape this kind of climate change that is happening now. And future message would be two things, that solid waste management also is superbly important. Burning organics is not an answer, number one. Number two, recycling also is not an answer. Not that everything can be recycled, there will be things that we need to. So at last, end of the day, whichever are recoverable can be there, non-recoverable needs to be taken away. They should be banned. Now, if you want to really take a message, is that please water conservation also brings down your carbon. It is not just only trees. You can't just plant something and run away. It has to be that you need to take care of the amount of water that it is consuming. That also, it is maybe by planting a tree, and if you are consuming, if you are planting a tree which is consuming more water, and you are planning to take the water from the ground and put it onto the trees and other things, then there is no carbon sequestering happening over there. I mean, everything is equal. Like you are producing as much carbon as much as the tree is trying to. So let us be more scientific, let us be more logical, let us be more reasoning before we take up and do any activity that we are trying to do.